I think we have a sugar problem. David, you've never failed to disappoint me. No, other way around. David, you've never failed to not. David, you've never failed to not disappoint me. It's like,
we need to talk about a substance that is a major health concern. We all know this white powder. It's addictive, it's deadly, and it's one of the first things you think of when you hear of drinks like Coca-Cola. Of course, I'm talking about cocaine.
Oh, you thought I meant sugar.
Oh, yeah, no, but that's for like later in the video. I should have clarified that.
Yo, this fit is actually, now I'm not the greatest dressed nigga I've ever known in my life, right? But the extra large should look like 2 straws. The jersey, who is it? It's alright, David. It's okay.
Right, that's my fault. Now, I bring up drugs for educational purposes only. YouTube, please. When we think of addictions, it's one of the...
It's alright, David. Someone just said the F slur on my stream. It's okay.
Lives, families, communities.
We'll be alright.
But hypothetically, what if these very dangerous drugs were less regulated? And what if the negative health effects took much longer? Or the addictive habits were less noticeable? Or if the drugs just so happened to be everywhere? Wouldn't it still be an addiction?
I resisted calling their products addictive because it seemed crazy to me to compare cookies with heroin. And I'm now convinced that in some ways these food products are even more problematic than tobacco, alcohol, even...
I think what it is it's become so, like, it's the norm, right? And any, I guess, substance, anything that you use in excess, right? Or anything that you eat in excess, anything that you drink in excess will eventually become bad for you. And it's normalized so much that it's like, oh, it's just a soda, you can have one. Or, oh, it's just candy, that's all it is. And it makes it seem like it's normal when it's just as addictive as any drug on the planet, bro. I'll stand by this. Candy is one of the worst drugs in the world. No, sugar is one of the worst drugs in the world, for sure.
Some kinds of drugs.
That was Michael Moss, author of the book Salt, Sugar, Fat. He is among
many
researchers and scientists and other smart people who are deeply concerned about the effects of sugar on the body. In addition, they're deeply concerned about just how much of it is in our food. But everyone knows sugar is bad for you.
Consume so much. And it's also like, it's so normal to be placed in everything that we eat nowadays that it's kind of impossible to take it out now, because you will realize it. Sugar's not a drug? Yes, it is, bro. It has the same exact effects as a drug. Maybe in terms of like the definition of what a drug, comes down to on the chemical level, probably not. But it has the same addictiveness. It has the same health consequences. Maybe not a drug, but addicting has negative effects when done too much. Yeah, it's essentially. And what is a drug? Same thing. Like, yeah, sure, marijuana is good in small doses, but most people don't consume marijuana, or at least most people I know don't consume marijuana in the small doses. They make it their livelihoods, and sugar is a part of our lives.
I don't think the average person realizes just how bad or how common sugar is.
Yeah, go copy
So
paste.
let's explore America's sugar obsession, how we got here, and what's being done about it. If you still don't think it's that bad, did you know that certain estimates say that the average American consumes almost 70 pounds of added sugar every year? Which is 7...
Damn!
Did I buy a 10?
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure I consume way more. And I know it's coming. Of course. Look at you. Everything I drink, everything I eat, it needs to be sweet. I ain't gonna lie. And that's why I'm so knowledgeable on the topic. Y'all can trust me on this.
Bag of sugar that I have no idea what I'm gonna do with after I finish this video, yeah.
Oh my god. Yo, crumble cookies are actually disgusting. I tried one for the first time last month. Oh my god. Actually dog shit. Like, I don't understand how any person, like, genuinely enjoy crumble cookie. I just don't understand it.
There's an invention of the state of Utah wherein they asked the important question, how could I have the negative health
You got the
effects
wrong
of
one?
drinking 4 sodas while
I
only
promise you,
having
there's one.
Trying Crumble's new dirty soda. Cookie butter, Dr. Pepper.
Butterscotch
soda.
pineapple syrup.
Butterscotch, vanilla, and heavy cream.
Oh, that's sweet.
This is concerning.
What in the diabetes propaganda is going on?
You take a soda and you add like syrups and fruit purees and cream and energy drinks and flavors and sweeteners and like glitter and bubbles, I guess. Crumble is not the first brand to start serving these, but they are the ones that have gotten the most attention and backlash. And I'm pretty sure that's due to the fact that one of its flavors, Crazy Cousins, which is an absurd name, is rumored to have up to 186 grams of sugar in it.
186 grams of sugar.
Holy fuck, that's insane. A lot of these places, like with the viral drinks or viral snacks, that's all they are. They're just infusing their drinks with sugar. Like Dunkin' Donuts, every drink has an insane amount of sugar. Every single drink that I serve, I feel bad sometimes. I'm like, how is this possible for a human being? And then I get paid at the end of the week and I'm like, I'll show up next week too.
There are 5 cans of Coke or 19
Krispy
Facts
Kreme
and
donuts.
At least that's the number that everybody
Holy.
keeps floating around, but Crumble hasn't actually released any of the nutritional information on the drinks. Or I think they did at one point and then they took it down. I'm not sure how that's allowed. And I tried to reach out to Crumble like a real journalist, but I don't think they're gonna get back to me. But they did put the rumors to rest in a Today News article where they told the reporter, you guys can't believe everything you read, okay? The Crazy Cousins drink only has 130 grams of sugar. That's only 13 Krispy Kreme donuts worth of sugar, not 19, all right? Misinformation is scary. And while that is better, it is still multiple times the daily recommended limit of added sugar in one drink. And that is making the bold assumption that a person drinks one of these and then consumes nothing else but unseasoned rice for the rest of the day. Now, as an adult man, I understand that this drink is a terrible idea, but there's an inner child who speaks to me.
Yeah, you definitely got it.
When I look at this beverage. When I was young, I almost killed my mother, and by that I mean that she nearly died while giving birth to me.
Sorry.
And she developed a lot of health problems that she still deals with today. Thank you, Mommy. Love you. But from then on, her diet got like super strict, and she was basically forced to become an almond mom. An immigrant African almond mom. That's like 3 different lifestyles rolled into one, and it's the worst bits of all of them. When I was younger, I regularly watched my mom going to different appointments and taking medications and watching Dr. Oz, and going to this one organic grocery store, ironically called Mom's. And when she would occasionally leave me in the car to go grab some things from said store, it would leave me with but one conclusion. Only mothers allowed. What are they planning in there? Was this good for her health? No doubt. And as an adult, am I happy that my mother was able to find food that wasn't gonna leave her feeling terrible every day? Yeah, great, that's cool. Like, yeah, but it sucks for me. Because my mom was always complaining about everything, but she was mainly complaining about sugar, like, all the time throughout my entire childhood.
Sugar's bad. No, my mom did the same. Oh my God. I feel like the reason why I know so much about food nutrients today is because of the traumatic experiences I had as a child. I look to my left, one of my boys has a Capri Sun. I look to my right, my other nigga got a Kool-Aid in hand, and I'm over here sitting with an organic apple juice box.
Evil, sugar's gonna kill you. I still love you, Mom, but dude.
As you may imagine, that meant no snacks in the house growing up. So any chance
no
I got
snacks.
To eat
oh my
sugar,
God! And every snack was either whole wheat or reduced fat. Ah! Oh, I have PTSD, bro. And that shit still didn't work.
Immediately abused it. My mother would buy honey from Mom's, and because she didn't want me to use it, she would hide it in different places around the house. And there was this one time both my parents left the house. I found the honey attached.
I'm not gonna lie, but she had a point for me because sometimes I would sneak into the drawer. Oh my God, nigga, I would sneak into our food cabinet, and I would get literal spoonfuls of Nesquik chocolate milk powder. Deadass, I would take scoops of this and just eat spoonfuls of them, bro. Childhood. What a childhood, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was still addicted to sugar. It didn't matter. No matter how much she hid it from me, I somehow found a way.
I dumped like half the bottle into a can of soda. And it was disgusting. It was way too sweet. I'm pretty sure I threw it out. But then my parents came home, and I had to think on my feet. Yeah, so this was a full bottle when we left 45 minutes ago. Okay, so in this situation, you're gonna want to acknowledge the issue while giving a possible explanation as to how we got here.
Yeah, but it fell on the floor and it spilled and I had to clean it up.
The kitchen floor is spotless.
Now, at this stage, you have to establish a second dimension to the story that your receiver won't be expecting.
No, it spilled in the other room.
The other room.
Yeah, I like how we all had the same experience as a kid. Like, I vividly remember me lying and thinking, oh yeah, this is the best lie ever. There's zero chance she knows that I'm lying. And then like she'll say exactly what you're lying about. Tragic, bro.
Carpet. Also, you are currently holding a visibly sticky can of soda. It's gross. It's dripping.
Now, it may seem like they've backed you into a corner, but never forget Old Reliable.
Brother, you are in middle school. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part of the story. Nowadays, I have like a heart thing, so I don't eat sugar all that often. So as much as I would love to try one of these drinks, I know that if I took even one
cheat code, just don't go to the doctors. Then you'll never know if you have a heart problem. And then you can eat as much sugar as you want. Have you ever thought about that, David?
This video would be 4 hours long, in that I would die on camera, and then it would continue to film my unconscious body until it ran out of storage. Also, it's only available at select Crumble stores, and I think the closest one near me is about an hour away. I would have to drive to a train station, and then take the train, and then walk, and then bring it back. I'm not doing all of that for an overpriced soda that I can't drink. You can already.
Where does David live?
Music is getting louder. This setup isn't as surprising as I wanted it to be.
I've gotten the drinks.
Oh my God, why is he doing this before me? It's time for me to do my crumble cookie mukbang. Thanks for the idea, David. I appreciate you.
Like 7 pounds. I've never been able to smell a soda like I can now.
This one looks like window cleaner.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. These look and smell great. I really want to try it, but I know that even a little bit, if I look at it too hard, it'll kill me. I can't do that. I really want to try these, but that will not be happening.
Don't be so sure. Juliet, what are you doing?
Doing what I should have done a long time ago. Avenging my father's death. I told you, I was free. Enough. I'm ending this once and for all.
What are you gonna do?
Stab me? What? No, this is a pen. Oh. Yeah, I didn't know what the demonetization rules were on weapons, so I didn't want to risk it. No, yeah, that makes sense. Instead, you're gonna drink the soda. Right now. Juliet, please, drink it!
Holy cinema.
Delicious. But that's not possible. I saw you take a sip. You should be dead. That's just the thing. It wasn't David. It was me.
His twin sister.
You guys aren't twins. You're like 3 years older than him.
Yeah, but we're doing it big.
And he doesn't want you to play the girl character? My youngest older sister has no vices whatsoever. She hates both the taste and
eating couple cookies till I get diabetes.
Is drink copious amounts
That's
of Sprite
a banger.
soda, and I don't know why. She will buy size packs of Sprite and then hide them in various places around the house because she doesn't want us to access her secrets.
She sounds just like me.
We have photos of her collected empty cans on her nightstand, I suppose, as a hunter does with carcasses as trophies for the hunt. We have talked to her about this multiple times, and we finally reached the agreement that she'll only drink it on the weekends. This has led her to consuming 7 cans of Sprite within a 2-day period habitually. I've decided to address these concerns while actively feeding her addiction on camera.
Don't make that face.
What face?
You weren't making a face?
No, I wasn't making a face.
Okay.
That was my face. Okay, well, drink it.
David can't drink any of it? Holy.
I'm not forcing you to drink it that long. You really like it? No,
God damn.
I didn't want you to like it. No, wait. Stop. Stop drinking it.
It's good. Oh, I hate it. Ugh.
Thank you.
Is that what you want?
That is a Sprite-based soda. As we both know, you have a crippling addiction to Sprite soda.
I wouldn't say crippling.
Future reference, I'm not liable.
Everyone has their favorite items. Mine just happens to be Sprite.
On that subject, why do you think you drink so much?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Sprite is such a bottom tier soda. Let's talk about it. Sprite is so trash. Sprite is like it's the default soda. Now, if you have real taste, if you have real flavor, strawberry Fanta or Dr. Pepper, those are a real man's drink, and ginger ale. Those 3, real flavor. If you're going orange Fanta, that's a base level drink. If you're going ginger beer, that's like A tier. That's like A tier. Yuck. Fuck no. What are we talking about? Y'all let the expert talk about it. Let the expert talk about it. I have knowledge in this field, okay? Ginger ale definitely not better than Sprite. Are you fucking insane? Oh my. Ooh. Sprite's not even good. It's just the default. I'd rather take some squirt in my mouth before I fucking have Sprite. I'd rather have fucking lemonade before I have Sprite.
Because it tastes good.
Right, but like, you drink a lot of Sprite.
Why do people eat a lot of chips, eat a lot of candy, eat a lot of snacks? Because they taste good. You act like I drink it all in one sitting.
How long does it
I'm
take
so
to get
jealous. I'm so jealous of the people who can like just eat the craziest diets, thousands of calories, 0 health benefits, and just have no health problems or anything. Their life is straight sunshine and the rainbows, bro. They eat whatever they want, drink whatever they want, and they just go on living. Couldn't imagine.
No, I don't keep track. I drink like
that many.
Only on the...
Do you think you have a problem?
No.
Would you be surprised if other people said you had a problem?
No, because y'all keep telling me I have a problem.
Do you think that might be denial?
I think because you guys just don't drink Sprite. You see somebody drinking Sprite as a treat and you think, ugh.
Are you concerned with how much sugar you're drinking?
No, because I go to the gym.
That doesn't.
So it cancels out.
That is not how it works.
With that being
That's
said,
real. That's real addiction math. Dead ass. When I think I want Wingstop at night, I'm like, maybe I should go to the gym to cancel it out. Knowing damn well that's not how it works.
Concerned about you, and we all pitched in, and we're ready to make an offer to you. You can either continue with your debilitating disease, or you can accept the mystery money envelope. In it is an unspecified amount of cash that will be yours if you promise on camera to never drink Sprite again.
I don't know, how much money would you have to take to never drink soda ever again? I'm not gonna lie. To never drink soda again, I need at least 5 million, bro. I need at least 5 million. At least. To never drink soda again, I just love it too much. I low-key am addicted. 5 million is crazy. Give me 250,000. I need a $250,000. I need a quarter million. 1 million, I'll switch to cranberry. Cranberry juice is low-key worse than soda. Cranberry juice is straight sugar and concentrate. That's it. Oh my God, cranberry juice is so bad for you.
And I know there's only like $2 in there.
I can assure you it's more than $2.
Oh, $5.
I can assure you it's more.
Okay.
People still carry
I cannot
cash?
assure you it's more than $10.
Right.
Crumble's dirty sodas are terrible. But what if I told you a regular soda isn't all that much better? But what if I told you Shapeland is Animal Kingdom? Again, Crumble doesn't show the nutritional information for any of their drinks, but if the worst one is around 130 grams, then it's reasonable to assume that maybe like a mid-range one is about 100 to 110 grams of sugar. Now that's still really bad, but you know what else is bad? Pretty much all large drinks sold at every food place in the United States. McDonald's large Coke, 100 grams of sugar.
They be forcing it. There's no reason for these drinks to be this. When I went to DreamCon and we stopped at Whataburger, the second I landed, got me a patty melt meal, and I was like, let me just get a large drink. That shit was bigger than my fucking head. Yeah, the large drinks are insanely large, and especially when you go down south, they be forcing it. Zaxby's large, dog, there's no soul who should be drinking something like that. Or when you go to the gas station, you get them large 7-Eleven slushy cups.
McDonald's large high C, 100.
Buc-ee's extra large cups.
Wendy's large watermelon lemonade, 102 grams of sugar. Popeye's large frozen purple drink, I couldn't even imagine what that's supposed to be flavored like. 115 grams of sugar. Taco Bell large Mountain Dew Baja Blast dirty soda, 118 grams of sugar. That's just random words put together. And last but not least,
yeah, I definitely didn't just have that last
Dunkin'
month.
Donuts. With multiple drinks that cost the 3-digit mark, the worst I could find was the large mocha swirl coffee chiller with the 148 grams of sugar.
Dunkin' Donuts? What do you have in this? Is this a refresher? Yeah, I drink a lot of Dunkin' Donuts. This David, come on, bro. This gotta be fabricated. This has to be fabricated. Bitch, I'm not gonna lie. Every stream I have a Dunkin' Donuts.
The large mocha
I had Dunkin' Donuts this morning.
Chiller with the 148 grams of sugar. Worse than the worst drink at Crumble.
I've been seeing an increasing amount of people getting Dunkin' iced coffee. As a former employee, I feel like it's my right and duty to tell you that all of their swirls have 33 grams of sugar per pump. The standard is 2 pumps for a small, 3 pumps for a medium, and 4 pumps for a large. If you get a medium caramel iced coffee, that's not including the milk or the additional sugar that they put in there. You are automatically getting 100 grams of sugar.
Like, I'm not saying Crumble sodas are good, but they're not that out of the ordinary.
I get 3 pumps
Even
of
if the
shit.
sugar content isn't in the hundreds, most soft drinks, no matter the size, have way too much added sugar in them. But you may be thinking, hey, drinks are sweet. It is what it is. But what if I told you it wasn't just drinks? What if I told you most things in an American grocery store contain too much sugar? Pasta sauce, bread, cereal, milk, yogurt, condiments, dog treats. What if everything was animal? The average person considers added sugar to be all that bad. I kind of brushed past it earlier, but those Dunkin' coffees are insane. If you really want to
stop talking about Dunkin' Donuts, I get it.
200 grams of sugar.
I get it.
And honestly, even if you're not trying all that hard, you can accidentally push into the 3-digit mark. But I get why people do it. Coffee sucks. I remember being a kid and waking up and I would smell my dad's coffee cooking in that black coffee pot, and it literally filled the entire house. It smelled so good, and I remember begging my parents every day to try it, and eventually they gave in, and I took 1 sip, and then I was deeply confused for the next 30 minutes. But as I was growing up, I noticed that literally all adults drink coffee, so I just figured, hey, maybe coffee is something that grown-ups just do. But as a kid who was the youngest in the family and nobody respected me and I desperately wanted people to view me as older, I tried to convince myself to like coffee.
I did the same exact thing.
Terrible liar. It tastes like acid. Is that normal? But eventually I stopped lying to myself and I stopped drinking coffee, and now that I'm 22 and an adult, I can confirm that not all adults
He's
like
22? Oh, I gotta get my life together, bro. I gotta get my life together.
Just the ones who are liars and think they're better than others. But it turns out is that my beans weren't high quality, which is why I'm so glad that today's sponsor is My Favorite Coffee. My Favorite Coffee? No, I'm just kidding. Remember when Smosh had a coffee brand?
I'm gonna say, bro.
No, this video is not sponsored by them. It's sponsored by Current. Current is a bank.
Oh, brother!
And more. Terms and conditions apply. I've always wanted to say that in a deep voice. That's weird. The audio files on these clips look kind of funny.
Holy.
I had to re-record all the lines from this point on. I'm upset. There's no denying that
it was out of sync. Oh my god, I thought I was tripping. Look.
Better than I stopped drinking coffee.
Am I tripping? I knew it. I fucking knew. I knew I wasn't crazy, but I wasn't gonna say anything because I didn't want to seem crazy, David. But thank God you said it. Oh my god, thank God you said it.
There's no denying that people like sugar, and those who say they don't enjoy deceiving people for sport. For example, my oldest sister says she doesn't like the taste of sweets. She says things like that for attention. And it's sad. Speaking of which, for the next segment of this video, I've decided to infiltrate her home for my own selfish purposes.
Oh, nice ass crib.
What are you doing? Why are you so close?
Let's play a brief game. And while we do this exercise, I'm gonna need 70% of you to pretend to be
Look
something.
at his dead ass in a fully different
Pretend you're a
crib.
woman. I'm gonna show you a normal day's worth of eating snacks, and I want you to guess.
Wait, what was this?
Pretend you're a
60 to 30? Hold on, this is good demographics. I wonder if my YouTube tells me what my age and gender shit is. Hold on. 97 and 3. Come on, bro. There's no way, right? There's no way. That's not that bad. Wait, that's not that bad. 78 and 21. That's a huge female demographic. Hold on. Let me find out. That is not that bad. Shout out all my females who are watching this YouTube video right now. Love y'all.
Pretend to be something that you're not. Pretend you're a woman. I'm gonna show you a normal day's worth of eating snacks, and I want you to guess at which point you have exceeded your daily limit.
Pretend you're a woman? I bet.
A mini can of soda.
Too much. No, I think girls are just more conscious in general. I think they're for two reasons. One, because most of the time they're smarter than us. That's just what it is. And for a second reason, the culture of women is to be a lot more self-conscious about their body and things of that nature, which means they do things like, overthink about having too much calories or sugar and all that shit. Retweet, men are just dumb. Wait, okay, no, if I'm actually doing this seriously, from Fennis to Andrew Tate.
A mini can of soda, a handful of Oreos, 2 Reese's Cups.
Okay, that's too much. Like in a not even a woman's body, in a normal person, like who is watching their figure, the mini can of soda and the 3 Oreos, that's more than enough in a day. This is pushing it.
Fries with some barbecue sauce.
Holy, I'm not gonna lie, this feels like a normal day for me. Is that crazy?
And a granola bar.
Ew! Get this out. Get this off my... Yo, Nature Valley used to hit. Oh my god, Nature Valley used to hit. Dead ass.
Locked in your guess? All right, let's see. The answer is you get a mini can of soda. So that's it. In fact, you only
That's
get
what I said.
1/4 of an Oreo. That's
Damn.
25 grams of sugar. That is the daily limit for women. If you're a man, you get to have a few more.
Yes.
In fact, if you are a woman and you were to eat all of these in one day, you would exceed your daily limit by over 300%.
Okay.
Honestly, I could easily
Oh my
crush
god,
your
that's
daily...
actually so insane though. Oh my god, I eat so much. I need to lock in. All right, from now on, 1 drink a day at Dunkin' Donuts. No, that'll be more than 85 grams of fucking sugar. How am I supposed to watch it? It's impossible. It's literally impossible. Deadass, because 1 drink exceeds 100 grams. What am I supposed to do then? If everything in the world has sugar, how the fuck am I supposed to watch the sugar? 0 calorie sweetener? Diet drinks are just as bad as fucking regular drinks, bro. They just have different health consequences that you don't see until later in life. Give more than 1 at Dunkin', you just big. I'm not gonna lie, when I'm working, bro. Alright, let me walk y'all through it. I'm a big nigga, alright? So like you gotta understand, this is part of my lifestyle now. I walk in immediately. Off the wake up, because I can't think unless I have food and drink in my system. I make me either a cinnamon raisin bagel with cream cheese or a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant. Boom. And then I make me a Dunkin' Latte. The Dunkin' Latte I make with like 2 pumps of mocha, automatically over 100 grams of sugar. I'm already knowing, I'm killing myself, right? Boom. Break, give me a refresher, a medium refresher. Strawberry dragon fruit, medium strawberry dragon fruit refresher. Then on the way out, I'll make myself either a refresher or another Dunkin' Latte. That's 3 drinks. 3 isn't that crazy. I know niggas who come to Dunkin' and get 2, and these are all mediums, by the way. They're mediums, and I don't even finish them. The first drink in the day, I only drink like 1/4. The second drink of the day, I usually finish. And then the third drink of the day, it waters down, so like, I only drink half of it. So I'm drinking 1 3/4 drinks every day. You need a 10K calorie challenge, because that's breakfast already 1K.
300%. Honestly, I could easily crush all of that in one day. And I wouldn't think that was a sugary day. I would think I made some pretty wise choices. A mini can of soda instead of a regular one, and only 3 Oreos
that didn't
instead
look
of an
bad.
entire sleeve. Did I change my last
How are we only 14 minutes into the video? Lock in. No more pauses.
To Goggins? Now, you may be wondering at this point, but David, is sugar really all that
Maybe
bad
Sikto
for
had a
me?
point.
Which is a stupid question because the answer is yes, according to everybody. There are mountains of papers and
It makes
studies
sense.
and
What's up,
books
bro?
and articles and
What's the
videos
video?
all about the different ways
think
that
we have a
sugar
sugar
affects
problem.
every part of your body. It can cause fatty liver disease, diabetes, raise your risk for heart disease, risk of osteoporosis, risk of stroke,
Okay.
risk of
wow.
a lot of other things. And it doesn't take as much sugar as you think it would to do it. A 2013 study found that when you give a population 150 extra calories of any kind, it doesn't do all that much. But if that extra 150 calories is coming from sugar, which is about as much sugar as 1 can of soda, it shoots the diabetes risk of that population up by 11 times. To be fair, what I mean by that is that the risk goes from 0.1% to 1.1%, but in a population the size of the US, that's the difference between 350,000 and over 4 million cases of diabetes. And keep in mind that diabetes risk increase adds up with every 150
And you would think these facts are alarming, and then you realize the reason why it's such a problem? Money. It always comes to money. These niggas are making so much money off of our illnesses. Why would they ever stop?
extra of sugar. That is millions more potential cases of diabetes from a few cans of soda. We'll
they double the Twix, they trying to make us fat.
But even right now, we should be concerned with how much sugar we're taking in. And it is definitely something worth considering before we blow through our daily limit for added sugar every day. Especially when you consider the current state of food. Okay, let's go back to the kitchen. Similar to last time, slightly different food. We're gonna try it again.
Sound.
Guess where this person went wrong in their day's worth of eating.
I'm good at this though. I'm actually good at
Bowl
this.
of bran flakes.
Too much.
A grilled.
Wait, yeah, no, wait. Are we doing the same thing? Is it like guess where they went wrong, or is it guess where to stop?
Bowl of bran flakes. A grilled cheese sandwich. Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Low-fat yogurt.
Spaghetti. No, yogurt.
Fries with some ketchup.
It was yogurt. It was a yogurt. The yogurt.
Cake from your cousin's graduation
what
party.
The fuck?
Every dessert you could reasonably
this nigga eating the worst.
Because the dessert bar at your cousin's graduation
Watch out, bro.
party was unsupervised. Okay, you probably guessed that this is something about how
the
people
yogurt
eat normally
the
throughout
yogurt.
the beginning of the day, and then they'll overcompensate at the end, and then they'll blow through their sugar daily limit. And I'm sure that's probably true. But the crazy thing is, before you get to the dessert,
the yogurt,
you've already blown through your sugar limit for the day.
I knew it.
You're thinking. Bran flakes? I feel like the most concerning part is that I would eat that entire day's worth of eating. Well, not actually, because why would I eat spaghetti for lunch? What am I, 11? But if I was a child of him, I think I did amazing that day, and then it would be reason enough for me to justify eating 3 weeks worth of sugar at my cousin's graduation party dessert bar.
He walked me through one of his recent creations, which was a new
flavor
of soda for Dr. Pepper.
Oh, so I was right.
4,000 consumer taste tests around the country. Tasting 50, 60 formulas of sweetness, each one just slightly different than the next. And then took the data and threw it in his computer. Out comes these bell curves like here. It's the perfect amount of sweetness, not too little, not too much. And it was Howard Moskowitz who coined the term the bliss point, which is...
Besides drugs, what is your top addiction? Porn. Nah. The real answer? Lying. No. Working. Dunkin' lattes. I don't know what my top addiction is. Maybe it is food. Just say food, okay? Why are we trying to force me into what you think my addiction is, bitch? Maybe it's not food. Maybe I actually don't eat that much. I got some beef jerky on the side of my fucking table. Play the video, bro.
Bliss point, which is how the industry described internally its efforts to optimize the sweetness in the products. The food companies have marched around the grocery store adding sugar to
I'm gonna shower. You should shower before you give me this
used to be sweet before, so now
I'll allow it.
Bread has added sugar and a bliss point for sweetness.
A bliss point for bread is so insane. It's so insane. But it's also the same thing where it's like most countries, if you travel outside of the United States, you go to somewhere in Europe or you go to somewhere in Japan, when you eat their sweets and things that they call sweets, it's not sweet at all. Because our sweetness palette is so much higher compared to every other country. It's actually insane. Like we've normalized how much sugar is in every single product that we use. To the point where like it dilutes our taste buds when we go anywhere else.
Of your added sugar, it doesn't help that there are over 60 different ways to refer to added sugar on a nutrition label. Because sure, if you can't look at an ingredients list and tell that maple sugar is a kind of sugar, then there's not much hope for you in life, generally speaking. But are you just supposed to know about flow malt or Hoyne flake or Konami? Avoiding added sugar may be harder than you thought, but while it is difficult, it's not impossible. What would life be like if I was determined to have no added sugar in my diet whatsoever? Well, I wanted to see for myself. And the only way to supply the ingredients
necessary Whole Foods and shit?
was to set foot in the Forbidden Land.
That seems inappropriate.
Nigga, source this music straight from the fucking PlayStation.
Believe it or not,
oh wow,
this is about to be $18.
I'm not gonna lie, if I ever see my peanut butter coming out of a machine, something about this just makes me I don't know. Not sure, bro.
This is about to be
Yo, shut up! Alright, we'll let him do his thing.
Worth of grocery store goods. I have to make a control sandwich so I can compare the two. So we're using the disgusting regular grocery store bread.
Mike Vick is insane, bro.
You know, some people say you have to clean the knife off before you.
Oh my God, we literally did this. Today, we're making a peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, that is my first. I forgot I did this. I don't have a plate and I don't have a fork, so instead we're using a bowl and a spoon. All right, this is some struggle shit, my nigga. Like me in college, bro. This is good eats, bro. I don't need. Okay, this is good eats. I need to make another peanut butter jelly, bro.
Done the peanut butter. I call those people losers and say they need to get a grip on their lives. Like you're right here in the room with me.
Oh.
I don't think that looks as good. This smells like.
Why'd you just put the peanut butter and jelly on the same bread? Because you gotta, the ratio. The ratio of a peanut butter and jelly is supposed to be 70-30. It's like a 70-30. 70 jelly, 30 peanut butter. 60 jelly, 40 peanut butter. They go on different breads? Yeah, that's, okay. Let me break it down for you. Jelly on one bread, peanut butter on the other bread, right? And then jelly one more time on this bread. So now you have a jelly bread and then a peanut butter bread with a slight topping of jelly to make it that 60-40. And then you put the hot fries... And then you put the hot fries on the bread, boom, fold it up, bite. That's where you heard the crunching. You heard the crunching in that TikTok. That's where the crunch comes from. And then if you're really childhood me, you go to the pantry and you get you a box. And we already looked this up earlier, but I'll just look it up again just for y'all. You get you a box of Nesquik chocolate milk powder, right? You get you one of these, and then you take a scoop of it, boom, take one. Take a scoop, pour one in your mouth, take another scoop, put it in a cup, take like 2 of those scoops actually, and then milk, mix that bitch together. That would be the greatest late night eat of your fucking life. 50 grams of sugar? Yeah, I wonder where all my bad eating habits came from.
Direction 4 in sandwich form. Got to do a sniff test.
Hot fries on a PBJ? You wouldn't understand, you haven't tried it yet.
Immediately, this smells so much better. Oh my gosh. I love chemicals. I grew up on chemicals. All right, let's try it.
Like, even look at the color palette. Like, this one looks like it's shining full of, like, rainbows and radiance. And this shit just looks like a dull little, I don't know. Like, automatically, this shit just looks better. Chemicals are goated. Deadass, bro.
Here's the real test.
Oh, my God.
I wanted this to be disgusting. Or even just a little bit worse. It's the same. Oh my, what? Like, obviously it's less sweet, but that's pretty good. You can tell it's real by how tough this bread is to chew. I guess it's time to wash it down.
Ugh.
I'm so mad I don't hate this. It's ruined my video. Dang it! What better way to end our than with a sugar-free dessert?
120 nuts. I appreciate it, dude.
Okay, don't love that one. Is that a success? I gotta do it bigger for YouTube. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Is that a sugar-free? I'm never doing this again. I hate filming like this. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. All in all, this isn't that bad. Would it be my first choice? Obviously not. But if I grew up eating like this, I don't think I'd be complaining. I'm gonna finish this sandwich. It's not bad. So why have we become so addicted to sugar? To understand that, we're gonna have to go back to the beginning. Also, I'm gonna have my second oldest sister handle the first part of this segment because if I include my other sisters in this video and not her, she will be jealous. Love you.
History of sugar.
Good evening. This is 9 o'clock news. Today we'll be focusing on the topic of sugar. Originally, sugar is a product of cane sugar.
It's not so easy, is it?
I never said it was easy. Around the 4th century BCE, Indians learned to turn the juice of cane into crystals. For centuries, sugar was used more sparingly than it is today. It was used for some medicinal purposes, as some would use it for stomach issues. Ouch. Others would mix it in with water for a convenient source of energy. Still others during that time would use it like a spice for foods. Hopefully not savory stuff, because that's nasty. At this time, sugar was far more expensive, and only the rich could afford it in great quantities. Shocker. And by the 1500s, sugar had become more prevalent and the demand was outpacing production. Interesting. I wonder who they used to help speed up the production since the demand was increasing.
Slaves!
Discovering America and learning that the land could be used for cultivating
sugarcane plantations
through its plantations. Foreshadowing,
Called
here
it.
comes in slave labor, which would be a predominant, if not the main source of sugar production during this
She
time.
gripping the
from
fuck out of
then
that
until
microphone.
The 1800s. From there, industrialization
Goddamn.
and government subsidies made production easier and cheaper. Also, I referred to Gary Taub's book, The Case Against Sugar, while making this video. And one of the first pieces of research he uses in the book is how in the 1600s, the English doctor Thomas Willis noted that the urine of diabetics tastes, and I quote, wonderfully sweet like sugar or honey.
What?
If you like this segment,
What? A nigga drank diabetics pee versus what? He did what? I don't care what type of scientist I am. I'm never what? Okay. Right.
with me in it,
Fire.
like, and also comment below.
She giving it like a battle axe.
About how industrialization changed sugar's place in society. Not only did it improve production, but the product itself became important to the lifestyle of the industrial
Lock
period.
'em
As I
up.
read and
They have
watched
to,
about
bro.
the
They
history
have
of
to be
sugar
locked up.
while trying to make this, I kept hearing.
Yo, I'm not
about-
gonna lie, dude. This has nothing to do with what you're talking about. This staircase is so like memorizing because why is it in the middle of every? Like it's not on the corner of a wall where like you see the entire room. It's in the middle of the room, but both sides are empty. It's like it's like I just don't know what I'm looking at. It's so bewildering to me. Huh.
Sugar played a part in the quick sustenance
Had to get
of
that out
busy
there.
workers during the industrial
It's
era.
a great
For
spot to
breakfast,
film-
They would
to
have
film,
jam
though.
with bread or sugar with tea and coffee and that kind of thing. And I don't think it's insane to say that the fast-paced nature of modern life pushed slow, home-cooked
Also,
meals
that's probably-
ironically to the back burner and was at least partially responsible in the rise of convenience foods. Even today, in modern
If you're
life,
going to the
everything
gas
is still-
station and getting food, unless you live in the South, but if you're in like if you're going to like a 7-Eleven or a Speedway and you're getting food from a gas station, you're top 3 just most fat niggas ever. Cause why? Why? I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just crazy to me. It's so insane to me.
I had a friend who spent a summer in Ecuador, and she told me about how it was common for people to leave in the middle of the workday, go home for like 2 hours,
Stairs make
and
the
have
walls,
lunch
stairs
with
aren't there,
their
nothing but
families.
separate
Meanwhile, there
room
was
in
a
the
time
hallway.
in my life where I
Wow,
seriously considered
that's-
keeping a pack of bottled waters and a jar of protein powder in the
Sounds
backseat
crazy.
of my car in case I got hungry in between classes because it just made sense. When life gets busy, convenience is king. And what's a more convenient, good-tasting, cheap source of energy than sugar? But this convenience came at a cost. In the mid-20th century,
When life gets busy, convenience is key. That's, oh my god, holy bar. That makes a lot of sense though. Like that's why fast food is so prevalent, because like it's just easy. It's so easy, especially in a life full of, I don't know, niggas lives be hard. Niggas lives be hard, bro. Sometimes it's better just to relax with a meal you know is dog shit for you, but it's easy. It's convenient.
heart disease was on the rise. President
tastes
Eisenhower
good.
just had a heart attack, and the people wanted answers. What was making these people sick? Put very simply, there were 2 ideas. There was the popular idea that the problem was fatty foods, which is backed by famed American nutritionist Ansel Keys, or there was the less popular belief that the problem was actually sugar, and that was backed by British nutritionist John Yudkin. Now, intuitively, Keys' argument kind of makes sense. I mean, when compared with other micronutrients, fat has twice as many calories as carbohydrates and protein. Yeah, maybe we're just eating too much of it. It has always been surprising to me how
It's probably a
low
little bit of
calorie
both.
sugar really is. If you look at a bag of Domino's sugar, 2 teaspoons is about 30 calories, meaning that a 4-pound bag is roughly about 7,000 calories, which is a lot.
My
But
god.
that's also about as many as 2 large Domino's specialty pizzas. I'm just saying, I've eaten a large Domino's pizza by myself. I have never eaten half a bag of sugar. Obviously, sugar is not no calories.
I've
but
never
it's also not
defeated
that
a
many
large
calories. It
Domino's
also
pizza
probably didn't
before.
help that in the 50s,
Holy
sugar
freaky
and
ass picture. Why they got this? Yo, what the fuck is this?
Information Inc. was putting out ads that were talking about all the health benefits that come from eating sugar, and that they even won an award for, quote, advertising in the public's interest. Combine all of that with Ansel Keys' confident personality, the backing of the food industry, the fact that his data may or may not have been cherry-picked, and the argument against fat had a strong backing. There is a lot more to say about this topic. It's really interesting. Some people call it a conspiracy, some people call it a war, some people think that it wasn't any of those things and it was just like a really weird situation. But all we need to know is that basically this was just a big competition as to who could better answer the question, why are people getting sick and fat? Ansel Keys and his argument
I ain't gonna lie, just off of the picture, I'm trusting this nigga more. He seems a little bit more kind-hearted. This looks like a guy who's trying to sell me, I don't know, solar panels.
foods was the problem won that debate. And he was wrong. You may remember earlier in the video when I interviewed my sister, she said something along the lines of,
That's not how math works.
Yes, it is. If you consume unhealthy foods, but then you go to the gym and you burn off those calories, it's like you never even consumed the calories. in the
I
first
love
place.
I
But
love
that's
that
what
math.
most people get
I
wrong
love that
when
math.
thinking about sugar. The calories in, calories out approach does not work for this discussion because it ignores both the nutritional value of food and also how sugar is processed in the body. Some calories are
Well,
not the same.
David, let me just fucking believe what I want to believe, man. Stop trying to break it down into math and science, bro. Just let me be delusional for once. I hate when they try to
as others. There are two types of carbohydrates. There are simple carbs, which includes most processed foods and added sugars, and then there are complex carbs, which is basically any boring old person food that's brown. Simple carbs have been refined and stripped of the nutrients that were present in their natural, unprocessed form. They're just straight carbs. And by their nature, simple carbs are easy for your body to break down, so they burn through the energy the carbs provide rather quickly. And you don't feel as satiated when you eat them, meaning you'll probably eat way more than you should. From there, the body takes as much energy as it can from all the carbs. It turns some of it into glycogen, and the rest of it is stored as fat. Complex carbs, although still carbohydrates, also have nutrients that your body can use, and they typically also have a higher fiber count, meaning that you'll feel satiated for longer. Also, as the name suggests, complex carbs are more complicated for your body to break down, meaning that the energy they provide is released in a more sustained way over a longer period of time. It makes you feel more satisfied, which makes it less likely for you to overeat, and it is less likely that this energy is going to get turned into fat. I don't know if this is the greatest analogy, but I like to think of it as having a homework assignment that's too easy. If I have a really hard homework assignment, it takes me hours to get it done, but I'm smarter at the end of the process. If I have a homework that's too easy, I get it done in 2 seconds, but I've learned nothing. After a year of doing either one of those,
and real homework doers understand, if your homework is that easy, you save it for the last 30 minutes until it's due. At least 30 minutes. I don't think I've ever done an easy assignment like a day before it's due. Has to be like the final hour before it's due.
Scenarios. Which situation am I better off in? As registered dietitian Ashley Medhurst said in Dartmouth Health, always think of your body as the processor. You want your body, not the place making the food, to be the one processing your food as much as possible. But none of that was appreciated at the time, and all of a sudden, fat became the #1 dietary enemy of the late 20th century. As a result, low-fat foods became the craze, which is insane because low-fat foods taste terrible, and the only way to make them good so that people will buy them is to put sugar in them. So, like, you fill them with sugar, the thing that's making the people fat. Isn't that crazy? What I think was most concerning was the 1980 Dietary Guidelines for Americans produced by the USDA and the U.S. Department for Health and Human Services. In my uneducated opinion, it seems like the guidelines save their harshest words for fatty foods. And while they do mention sugar as a danger in the guidelines, the worst thing they mention about it is how it's bad for your teeth. And that, quote, contrary to widespread opinion, too much sugar in your diet does not seem to cause diabetes. Ooh. And that there is no convincing evidence that sugar causes heart attacks or blood vessel disease. Ooh. Mind you, doctors were giving health advice to patients based off these guidelines. And while I'm not a good enough historian to be able to bridge the gap from what I just said to what I'm about to say, I don't think it's a coincidence that in the 90s, the average American was consuming over 50 gallons of soda every year. That is an average of 1.5 cans of soda a day. And do you remember how we said a regular can of soda on its own is already enough to blow past the daily limit for added sugar?
Y'all seen that dude on TikTok who only drinks soda? Like, he drinks like an insane amount of diet. Oh my god, wait. Bro, this dude.
Addict part 35.
Like, he only drinks diet soda.
Go ahead.
Desmond Gold. It's got that twang to it. Hold on. You need to see whenever he gets the refill.
This is Life of a Soda Addict part 12. See how much soda I can drink in a day.
God, it's so insane.
Need that caffeine, so 48 ounces. Fill up my 100 ounce. That's 148 ounces on my way back from the gym. Finish that off, get a couple more Diet Dr. Peppers.
It can't be that good.
Finish that off,
it just can't be that good. Like, and he's restocking the fridge every time he pulls some bitches out, too.
Gotta run another errand, wrapping up my day.
Yeah, I can't imagine what his piss tastes like.
Every soda can's worth of excess sugar, the diabetes risk of a population shoots way up. Again, not a good historian, don't know how to connect what I just said with what I'm about to say, but there are 40 million people with diabetes in the US today. That's gotta be related, right? And while it is old at this point, all of this does make me think about a quote that Gary Taubes used in one of his presentations.
Margaret Chan, when she gave this talk in October 2016 at the annual meeting of the National Academies of Sciences, called this a slow motion disaster. So she asked this question: what are the odds that public health organizations like her own are going to prevent the increase?
I can only imagine how expensive his mission is. Like, dead ass.
And her estimate of the possibility that they would do so was virtually zero. So imagine the head of the world's greatest public health organization basically predicting with complete and utter certainty that they were going to fail to control this epidemic. Yeah. Not reverse it, but prevent it from getting worse.
Isn't that cool?
That isn't to say there are no efforts to solve the sugar problem. There are a few out there, but frankly, a lot of them I think are wishful thinking, annoying, or stupid.
Yeah, that's so insane.
I hate brown rice with God as my witness, I hate it so much. It's chewy, it has this weird aftertaste, its color is worse than white rice. Don't make that a race thing. It sucks, I hate it so much, it's the worst. And I know I just talked about how complex carbs are so great and simple carbs are gonna kill you. Yeah, I don't care, I hate it.
This is for the part of the video where if I start ranting about brown rice, I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it.
He voice memos his scripts while he's writing his script?
We make fun of that lady on My 600-Pound Life or My Strange Addiction or whatever that show was, where all she ate was McDonald's fries, and if she ate anything else, she would start to cry. We laughed and we cheered, but if you left me with a bowl of brown rice and nothing else,
is he in the car just ranting about brown rice?
People don't like to change the way they eat, even if it's better for them. There was this interesting example that Michael Moss used in his book Salt, Sugar, Fat that had to do with Campbell's soup. It's not a perfect example because this had to do with salt and not sugar, but it's the same idea. Basically, years ago, Campbell's soup tried to reduce the amount of sodium that was in their products so they could give people better options. But it backfired for a very obvious reason. We deserve to have food that's not going to kill us and our children. You need to do better. You're right. And we've put in the work, and we are committed to giving you better food with better nutritional value. So, from now on, our soups are going to have less sodium, so it can help fight against high blood pressure and hypertension. Well, thank you. Maybe all of this can be a stepping stone to a brighter tomorrow. I'm sorry, what is this? That's the new soup. I don't like it. That's what happens when you take the salt out. I don't like it. It doesn't taste as good. Put it back. But what about the brighter tomorrow? Put it back. What about the children? I don't like it. Are you crying? All right, well, if we can't get them to eat
I'm telling you, bro, it's impossible because it's been so normalized. It's like what do you expect? You think niggas are just gonna uproot their, like, most bad things that we do in our lives, we know it's bad for us. But it's an addiction. Like, that's what an addiction is. You know it's bad for you, but it's something that you mentally can't stop yourself from doing because it is addicting. It's something that keeps you coming back and back. It's not like we can just stop it. The only thing you can do is prevent it from getting worse, which seems like it's also impossible from what David's saying.
Foods, maybe we can get them to eat less of the foods they're eating now. Do you remember a decade ago when New York tried to ban soda and everyone lost their minds?
Michael Bloomberg this week banning the sales.
Ban soda.
Don't let bureaucrats tell you what size beverage to buy. If this isn't the most insane, like...
Everyone lost their minds.
Michael Bloomberg this week banning the sale of anything over 16 ounces of soda.
Bye-bye, big sugary soft drink.
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's just another step in trying to control what people are doing.
Looking back now, it is not difficult to see why they wanted to do that. Because first off, it's not like soda was going to be outlawed citywide. It was just that a lot of food places were no longer going to be allowed to serve sodas over 16 ounces. Which is fair, because if you remember earlier, we were talking about how bad large sodas are now. Back then, it was basically the Wild West. At the time, Regal Theater's largest soda size was nearly half a gallon. Now, the idea got a lot of backlash and it never really went into full effect. But New York was not the only city to come up with the idea of making soda more inconvenient to buy. Years back, Philadelphia proposed a tax specifically on sodas. Reason being, not only would it discourage people from buying soda, but also the money they made on that tax was going to be put towards Philadelphia healthcare. And about after a year it went into effect, estimated soda purchases fell by 38%, meaning the amount of soda purchased by Philadelphia citizens dropped by almost 1 billion ounces. But really, my favorite alternative is not sugar. Low and no calorie sweeteners have been a hot button issue in that online health space for a while. It makes no sense to me, and I hate it.
Why diet soda is so bad for your brain.
The issues with a lot of these sweeteners that they alter your gut bacteria, which is the next frontier of human health.
It's poison. And it's not doing what you think it's doing. It's hurting you in every single way. These ingredients
can be a trigger for headaches and migraines and was most recently classified as a possible human carcinogen.
The reason it makes me mad is that I'm 90% sure they're fine, but almost no one will come out and just say that. One of the most famous of these sugar substitutes is aspartame, and you will hear people make all kinds of claims about the substance. For example, you can't drink aspartame, it's a carcinogen, which is like, yeah, but it's not that simple. There are multiple levels of carcinogens. There's group 1, which is basically these things will give you cancer. Moving down, there's group 2A, which is basically we definitely want to do more research on this. Even further below that, there's group 2B, which is where aspartame is, which is basically, you know, I don't know. Maybe. You know what else is in this category? Aloe vera and pickled vegetables. And despite that carcinogen label, it is still generally considered safe as long as you consume it within the daily recommended limit. That limit being no more than 40 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. To put that into English, I weigh about 200 pounds,
so
which is roughly about 90 kilograms.
Fried?
So for me, I am allowed to have 90 times 40 milligrams of aspartame per day, which is about 3,600 milligrams, which is 18 cans of Diet Coke. Meaning I can drink 17 cans of Diet Coke every day and I should be fine. So after hearing all of that, you would assume that the issue is over. Aspartame is great, diet sodas are awesome, but almost no one just comes out and says that. I'm not a health expert, so I will not be contradicting nor giving health advice. However, from my lowly perspective, it does seem that when health experts tackle this subject, they do so in a way that is silly or entirely misses the point. More than once, I read articles that were something along the lines of, we cannot recommend diet drinks as an alternative to sugary beverages. Instead, we recommend drinking water or low-fat milk. Which is like, the person who wrote that, I'm sure you have like
milk.
a degree
What the
or
fuck?
two. You gotta know that's a stupid suggestion. No one is going to do that. Obviously, in a perfect world, we would all drink nothing but water and all of our pee would be perfectly clear. But that's never gonna happen. While we live in the real world, isn't it true that diet sodas are vastly better for your long-term health than sugar-loaded regular
You heard of
sodas? I
low-fat
can't say
milk?
that
I've
officially
never
because I haven't done studies
heard of
on this
low-fat
stuff,
milk
but
in
I'm
my
like, the facts you put in these articles make me think that. Or again, in the articles, they'll say something along the lines of, if you
What the
continue
fuck
to
is
drink
low-fat
no and
milk?
low-calorie...
Oh, it's just low fat. Like skim milk? Wait, like skim milk? Oh, skim milk is disgusting, bro.
Stuff, but I'm like, the
Protein
facts
milk?
you put in these articles make me think that. Or again, in the articles, they'll say something along the lines of, if you continue to drink no and low-calorie sweetened beverages, it will continue to train your brain and taste buds to be used to the sensation of sweet, which will only make you gravitate toward regular sweets sooner or later. Okay, that makes sense.
I thought, okay, from my knowledge, I thought it was like diet drinks still, like, okay, it's not the ingredients that go into diet drinks, but I thought it was more like the idea that diet drinks still, when you consume sugar or you consume aspartame or any type of sugar, it spikes your insulin, right, to combat that. But when you're drinking diet drinks, it's spiking your insulin even though you don't need it because the sugar isn't actually real sugar, it's aspartame, which makes it, just as bad as if you were drinking regular soda. I thought that was the main reason why diet drinks aren't as good for you as most people think it is. But at the same time, I don't think that's what David said. I think he's still right. Like, it's the better alternative of the two, but it's still not the greatest thing.
I didn't, though. What if I just stuck with it? Because that's basically what I've done now, and it's great. I drink Crystal Light every day. It's the greatest thing that has ever been made, and I love it so much. I drank a Crystal Light before I started recording this, and I will be drinking one as I edit.
I drink
Crystal
some,
Light, if
some
you
water.
want to sponsor me, I will do it for $5 and a lifetime supply of your product. I love it. I love you so much. But on top of all of that confusing advice, there is still some debate as to whether or not aspartame is totally safe after all.
Last year, a French study, which included more than 100,000 people, looked at sweetener consumption over the entirety of people's diets.
You said you had 3 Dunkin' drinks, stop the lie. Not today, yesterday, bro.
1.15 times more likely to develop cancer compared to people who didn't consume any.
Are those sugar substitutes harmless?
No, of course not. A paper just came out like 3 days ago, basically showing that diet sweetener consumption correlates with dementia.
At this point, I'm convinced that everything's trying to kill me. I'm tired to disprove that hypothesis. I'm just gonna do the thing.
Hey, on some real shit, David, that's how I feel, bro. It's pointless. It's so hard to know what is true and not true unless you're the science buff himself and you're the one doing the research and you're the one breaking down all of the chemicals and everything. You'll never know. So what's the point? It's pointless, bro. Just indulge into the Chud lifestyle. Just indulge. The dementia's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting
drink. I can limit my sugar consumption, but I will never reduce how much aspartame I take in by drinking Crystal Light. I would die for that brand. If it was slowly giving me every cancer over the course of the next 50 years and then they had to start doing those Johnson & Johnson style ads about the green tea raspberry drink mix, then maybe we could talk. But until then, I will drink it every day. And that's not going to change over a podcast appearance. I don't care how smart that guy is. I can't say that it is completely safe or completely dangerous because I don't know, but they don't fully know either. I'm gonna keep drinking it and I'll probably be fine, but even if it does kill me, whatever. Everything is trying to kill me, and at a certain point you just have to stop caring because at the end of the day, maybe I'm gonna die by getting hit by a bus. I'm pretty convinced that the end of my days will take form in a cartoonish manner, and I'm okay with that. The most interesting thing to me about this whole discussion is how many questions there are left. When I think of science, I like to think that they've solved pretty much everything, and once you get to the part of your science textbook where the picture pictures stop being in black and white and they start getting to color, that's when the real crazy stuff happens. Like, y'all should be asking questions about what's at the bottom of the ocean or what's at the edge of the galaxy. You shouldn't still be wondering what sugar is going to do to me 50 years from now. And yet there are still a lot of questions about sugar and about aspartame and about other sweeteners and complex carbs and simple carbs and what the body does over time with like excess fat and all this thing. Food is weird. People are weird. There's so much that we don't know about food. We have a basic general idea of what we should and should not eat. And generally
I think it's not the idea that you shouldn't really care at all, but like it doesn't hurt to educate yourself. It doesn't hurt to know about what you're consuming. Like, blindly going into things is probably the worst thing you could ever do. Like, just have a little bit of knowledge. Just have a little bit of education on what you're eating, on what you should and shouldn't be eating. And that's really all you need, because no one's saying you have to be perfect. No one's saying you have to avoid a certain thing forever. That's basically impossible. But like, just have a little bit of education, and every now and then you'll make a little bit better of a choice than you did yesterday.
Reduce your sugar consumption. I'm pretty sure aspartame and diet drinks are fine. Never go to Crumble. It's just not a good idea. And eat brown rice every now and then. That is advice for you. I will never be doing that. I am content with dying a little bit sooner and happier. This has nothing to do with what I've said up to this point, but yesterday I met a very nice girl named Tegan. She recognized me in public and we took a picture together. Aww. I say all of this to say that I wasn't sure how I would feel about being recognized in public, but now I know. I love it. Turns out I love the admiration and attention of strangers, and I would love for that to continue until the day I die. I really don't know what to do with this.
Hey, David, even though somehow I extended that video to an hour and who knows how fucking long I've been live for, amazing fucking video, bro.